Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I created this look. I used the new Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's absolutely stunning. It's got heaps of beautiful colors in there. And I also used the new Anastasia and ABHxAMREZY highlighter. What dreams are made of, right? Yeah, so if you guys want to see how I created this spotlight halo eye, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm first off going to take my Napoleon Perdis Complex Skin Renewal Serum. So this stuff's really good for getting nice and deep into the pores and pumping the blood up to the surface of the skin, just helping to prepare the skin and leave a really nice, smooth, soft base. So my skin's been a little bit dry lately, so I'm taking my Renewed Hope in a Jar by Philosophy, and this stuff is the best moisturizer I have ever used. It just sinks so beautifully into the skin. So now I'm taking the Becca Backlight Priming Filter and the Marc Jacobs Primer, Coconut Primer I think it is, and just mixing those two together and just dotting that all over my face. So then I'm taking that on my Morphe M439 and just working that into my skin. Alright, so now I'm onto the brows and I'm taking my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Chocolate, I believe it is. So I don't need much really to do with my brows. I literally just waxed and tinted them and I've got them tattooed as well. So now I'm taking my Inglot concealer in 95 and I'm just going to use this to carve out my brows just to give them a really nice clean kind of crisp finish. It just helps to tidy up any messy work that you might make, or if you accidentally draw them on too big or anything, it just helps to kind of thin that down. So now I'm taking my Brow Wiz and I'm just going to fade off the fronts a little bit. So with my tattoo, I can't really have like a faded off front as much because they did them a little bit more bold than I expected. So I'm just taking my Morphe sponge and just buffing that out. And I'm using my MAC paint pot in Chantilly as an eyeshadow base. So now I'm just taking some translucent powder and just lightly dusting that all over my mobile lid up to my brow bone. And that's just gonna set that primer down. So now for the star of the show, the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. So in love. So I'm taking a combination of orange soda and burnt orange and I'm just working that into my crease, just using small circular motions going back and forth. I find it does have it's very pigmented, the eyeshadows, which I love, and the fallout doesn't really make a difference to me. So just make sure you tap it off. So now I'm going in with Rustic and I'm just building up the depth in that crease. Again, make sure you're just tapping off. Once you pick up the eyeshadow on your brush, make sure you tap off any excess so it doesn't go on too strong. So now I'm going in with orange soda again and I'm just using that on the very edges just to help blend through that darker shade a little bit. And now I'm going in with Sienna. And again, just putting that kind of in between Rustic and the transition shades, which were burnt orange and orange soda, just to create a little bit more depth and dimension. Now going in with Cypress Umber, and I'm taking that on one of my favorite brushes, which is the MAC 217. So I'm just placing that, focusing it on the inner and outer corners because I'm creating that spotlight eye. And then in the middle there, under my brow bone, I'm going to use the Tempera shade just as a little bit of a soft highlight. And just going back in with my Chantilly paint pot, and I'm taking that on my MAC 242 brush, and I'm just using that to cut out my crease. So just if you look straight ahead, you can kind of see where your crease is. I decided to take it a little bit higher just so that it kind of shows when I'm looking straight ahead. and I'm just taking a little bit of that sienna shade, I think it was, and just placing that in between the Cypress Umber and the Painterly Paint Pot shade, just to help blend it through. So now taking that Cypress Umber, I'm just going back in to make sure that that is really nice and pigmented, and going back in with that Tempera shade on my MAC 242. I'm just using that to set down the Painterly Paint Pot. Now on the blending brush that we use, the MAC 217, I'm just using that to kind of dust over it all and make sure that it's blended. And now I'm taking the Cypress Umber shade on an angled brush and just going back over the top of where we cut the crease out for more definition. Now I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo eyeliner in Trooper, I think it is, and just doing a winged liner. I tend to look down, I don't know why, but every time I film myself doing a wing liner, I'll nail it, and then every other time, I honestly stuff it up so bad. So I'm just pretty much looking down into a mirror as I do it. It is tricky, but just keep practicing. So now I'm just taking a makeup wipe and just cleaning up the ends, and I'm grabbing my Nars concealer. I think it's the matte concealer, and I think it's in Chantilly Light 1, I think it is. And I'm just taking that on my Morphe sponge and blending that all out. And now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty foundation, and I am the shade 150, and I'm just kind of doing a couple of pumps, 3 or 4-ish pumps all over, and just using that Morphe sponge to blend it all out. So it's really important when you're blending your foundation out to make sure that you get really nice and high into that hairline, because could you imagine if I left that and you just saw this like red line across my hair? Alright, so now I'm taking my RCMA No Color Translucent Powder and baking underneath my eyes, because I do get very hardcore creasing under there, and that just prevents it from happening. So now I'm taking my Napoleon Perdis Camera Finish Powder Foundation in G1 Beige Beauty, and I'm just pressing that into the skin to set the rest of the foundation. And now I'm taking my Benefit Hoola Bronzer just to warm up the face, so it just helps to kind of give a little bit more definition and shape to the face, helps to really heighten those cheekbones and carve out your jaw. And I also run it from my temples up to my forehead as well. And I don't do a hardcore nose contour, but I do like to take a little bit of the bronzer just on that same brush and run it like along the sides of the nose, just to kind of help bring a bit more warmth to the center of the face. And now I'm taking my MAC blush in Melba, which is one of my favorite blushes, and just adding a bit of color to the cheeks. Now onto lashes, I'm using my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, which is one of my favorite lashes for my top lashes, and my Blinking Beaut lashes in number 7. So I just put a little bit of glue on, waited a couple of seconds for it to dry out or go a bit tacky, and then stuck them on. And I was in the middle of watching Pokemon just as like background noise, and it's so sad. It was the episode where Butterfree got released. Okay, so now I'm taking a mix of orange soda and burnt orange and just taking that on my Sigma E55 shading brush, and then going in with Rustic and then taking Cypress Umber, just so it gradually builds up a lot of depth and dimension and just helps to really create that beautiful gradient. Now I'm taking my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This stuff is amazing, guys. Your makeup will not budge. So now I'm taking another star of the show, the xAmREZY and Anastasia highlighter on my Anastasia A23 brush. Guys, this stuff is amazing. Ready for it? Ah! So I'm just taking that pretty much all over my face. So Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, down the bridge of my nose, and of course my cheekbones. Just to really give that beautiful glow. Love it. Now I'm taking my Inglot HD lip tint in 47. Guys, this is such a beautiful nude. I even picked up another one for my clients as well. This is so gorgeous, and it's a perfect shade as well. But I did want it to be slightly lighter, so I waited for it to dry and then took my Inglot lip pencil in shade 15, which is like a slightly lighter, more pinky nude. And then, yeah, just put that in the center of the lips. And now I'm taking my Marc Jacobs lip lacquer in Sugar Sugar. I'm using a separate brush from the brush it comes with, just because I didn't want to get transfer from my lipstick into the lip gloss tube. Now I'm going in with my, here we go, the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara. It's one of my favorite and pretty much actually the best lower lash mascara ever. Sounds super high maintenance, but it's amazing. It coats every single lash because it has such a fine wand on it. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the whole look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'm a huge fan of the Soft Glam palette, super pigmented, beautiful blend, and the highlighter as well is amazing. So yeah, if you guys want to let me know in the comment section below what other kind of videos you'd like, that would be great. But yeah, so don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.